Hello, Seth. Good evening.
Greetings.
I've had a lot of little aha moments with what's already been said. I've been getting more consistent with my practicing of, it seems like it should be so easy, and you've told us before this is supposed to be fun. Like yesterday, I said this isn't supposed to be a chore. But so no, I'm getting better, and the idea that I have this all lined up, the universe, all the cooperative components are lined up, but I'm the only one that's holding anything back, right? And so sometimes there's a sense of guilt involved in the way I'm tweaking that. And then the other thing is so that I'll meet somebody, and so I'm a student of a book called A Course in Miracles, and Jesus says in that book, it's only what you have not given that is lacking in any relationship. So how do I move the pegs forward without, when I meet someone, saying, oh, you're that person that's going to maybe do it for, and I guess that's kind of, I might be answering the question like, I want somebody else. Where's the balance between this is a person that was programmed for me to meet so that we can do this together, and me seeming like I'm going to get something from this person?
There is nothing palatable in the words that you just offered.
Oh my goodness.
Because
I'm ready for a smackdown.
Did those words sound adventurous to you, or did they?
No.
Those words were very analytical.
I know, right?
They were very analytical words. My goodness, there was a whole list of criteria there.
Right.
None of that felt spontaneous and loving and adventurous and fun. None of those did. Whereupon could you, instead, when you meet a person and you know of the nighttime exercise to go within and query yourself, inner being, what do you think about me spending time with this person? Yes? And when you ask, it is given, and you understand that law, ask. The answer will be given to you.
Right.
And you can just go with that answer. But if it feels good, you can go with that too. Again, your best aspect of yourself is not going to expose you to a situation that does not serve you in some way. Actually, it will provide a platform for you to begin to build more trust with yourself. For if you can follow the inner guidance of your inner thoughts and then physically experience the satisfaction as you take action on those thoughts, you're going to realize neuronally that it's a good thing that you have this self-communication, this oneness with self, that you can trust it, that you can follow it, because you're going to create a series of events where you receive that inner guidance, where something is feeling wonderful and you act on it immediately. And from you acting, and again, action is thought in motion, and you acting on that good feeling, being spontaneous over time is going to build the trust in the idea that, yes, my inner being, my soul is actually leading me here and there and there, and I'm having a wonderful time. And the ideas that you proffered in your question are going to become de minimis in their energy, because that is not going to be your viewpoint anymore on how you meet people. So many people have expectations when they encounter another potential friend, another potential lover, that they don't understand that they can move forward spontaneously, following their inner guidance, not knowing where it's going to end up, not mapping out a plan before you get to the second date on how it should be, how it's going to end up, how it could end up, the pros and cons, what this person should do. It's a relationship killer, you see. Go into it enjoying each other in this present moment, whether it's sharing a meal, whether it's sharing a phone discussion, you see? To enjoy the time of the connection in that moment instead of letting the physical mind run amok with all of these expectations and pros and cons, because that is not where you're going to find your joy. That is where you're going to find the evidence of your limiting and false beliefs. That is fear, which is the evidence that one might want to work on trusting themselves a little bit more. If you trusted yourself that any person that you became involved in was going to be good for you, that if your guidance, your soul guidance then, your higher self's guidance then, was going to lead you into a relationship, if you trusted that aspect of yourself as much as you trust your eyes, as much as you trust your hearing, you will experience a lot more happiness in your day-to-day physical life. The introduction of ideas that this person could represent this person could represent that, this person is a person who is an unlimited spiritual being having a physical experience just like you are. That's an awful lot on their shoulders before a second date. You see, relax, trust yourself, trust your guidance, trust the aspect of yourself that is not your physical mind, trust the aspect, the intuitive knowledge and wisdom and clarity of yourself that is not your eyesight, that is not your hearing, that is not your ability to physically touch, to embrace all of you, to trust the other aspects of you as much as you trust your own eyesight. You see. Question?
No, that was good.
You
Yeah,
can meet someone and just say,
hi.
we could have a wonderful, yes, hi, we could have a wonderful phone call.
Yes, good. No, yeah, no conditions, and so then that relieves
No
that's
conditions.
relieves my mind. That relieves, and so I think, practicing that moving forward. I mean, that's got to be easier. I mean, for real. But I
It was
don't want
meant
to
to be.
forget when I.
Yes?
Yes.
You were saying?
So I guess this kind of goes back to Michael's question. I don't want to. It's just about flipping the way you're looking at your past experiences and where you're. I'm doing air quotes like hurt, or that it's or where you gave too much and they didn't give. You just it's the same. It's the same problem we are already discussing, but it's definitely easier. But it's a muscle that we have to build.
It feels easier, does it not?
It does. It does.
Without having the expectation of conditions to go in and just allow yourself, which of course offers the freedom of the other person as well, to just enjoy this moment and allow it to be what it can be without the restriction of fears, without the restriction of conditions, without the restriction of expectation for outcomes. You see, to do something without the mindset of what the outcome should be is the ability to experience that interaction, the intersection of you with another person in freedom. And it allows the other person to have that freedom too. You see.
Yes, very good. Yes,
And
thank you.
remember that you're telepathic, and so this other individual will be able to understand the energy that you're proffering. You see?
Right, I'll be putting out in any situation. I'll be putting out a less jammed up vibe, right? Like
Which is going to create an atmosphere for the other person to freely interact with you. Yes? And
yes.
then your physical mind can observe this person in their authentic condition, in their own spontaneous condition. And then the physical mind can do its job and decide if it likes those things or not. Yes? Or if it prefers other things. Yes?
Right.
But not the interjection of fears, quantification, expectation of outcome, to just go. Just go and trust yourself and trust that where you're being led. And why are you being led? You're being led into situations that feel good. They feel nice. They feel free. They feel easy. They feel happy. They feel passionate. They feel like desire. That feels like joy. Yes? and
Yes.
to freely move with those emotions and take the actions that creatively you spontaneously want to take as a result of those without fear, because you trust yourself. You
Yes.
cannot expect to, as you say, manifest, create certain experiences from the energy platforms of fear. And as I have said before, you will have to pick a side if you would like to move to your next level of ability in creating your experiences. And the energy of trust will take you further and on a more enjoyable path, you see, than so much weight being given to a possible outcome. While you are considering the outcome, the moment that you could be having in that moment, enjoying the intersection with another person, has passed. You want to enjoy this moment. You want to enjoy this conversation. You want to enjoy this ice cream cone. You want to suggest that you go for a nice walk in a park. You want to, but you can't, because your thoughts in your present moment of power are over here weighing what the outcome should and should not be. And your present moment of power is always in the now, you see. There is no freedom, there is no ease, there is no joy. Spontaneity is dead when you are using your present moment of power to contemplate what an outcome should be. This is why you have to pick a side. You have to make a decision. From what platform are you going to be vibrating? Trust or fear? And I do realize at some level that the approach that I'm talking about implies that you would be moving forward into the unknown. And for many, the unknown is frightening. But it is only frightening because of your perspective, as you said earlier, of your past experiences. If you change your perspective on what really was happening, you see, then you understand you never have to be afraid to begin with. And you can follow the path of your spontaneous self, your creative self. You can think about ways about how you want to communicate affection instead of using your present moment of power to contemplate, say, how the outcomes of the relationship that are favorable and the outcomes that are not desirable. You have to pick and select which thought base you're going to be approaching any situation, whether it's wanting more abundance of love, more financial abundance, more health abundance. It doesn't matter. You have to pick a side, and whatever thoughts that you are going to be allowing in the present moment, you always know which thoughts feel more free, which thoughts feel more easy, which thoughts feel more fun, which thoughts make you laugh. You have to choose. Do you really want to waste your time with the energy that the thoughts of trying to predict an outcome? That's not fun. That's work. That is the opposite of easy. Trust that your soul, your higher self, your inner self is not going to take you in to a good feeling place that is bad. It's just your perspective.
Yes. Very good.